Candace Owens, Narcissist or Something Else, Part 4. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. We continue our analysis of Candace Owens, and in so doing, we turn now to her career and aspects of that career to ascertain, does it contain suitable indicators to assist us with the categorization of what she might be? Candace Owens' pre-conservative career was marked by ambition in corporate America, but it also sowed seeds of early professional discord. In 2010, fresh out of college, she interned at Vogue magazine in New York City, dipping her toes into the fashion world. By 2012, she had pivoted to finance, joining a Manhattan-based private equity firm as an administrative assistant. Her rapid ascent to vice president of administration by 2015 showcased her organizational prowess and charisma. However, this period then ended in acrimony. Owens alleged a toxic work environment, rife with racial discrimination and harassment, prompting her to file a complaint with the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. Though details of the settlement remain private, she departed the firm amid what she called a nightmarish experience, later using it to critique corporate wokeness in her conservative phase. This was her first brush with work-based fallout. Not an outright sacking, but a contentious exit that fueled a narrative of victimhood in elite institutions. One can view this one of two ways. Was this a case of a woman who stands on her rights, will not be mistreated, and appropriately responds to it? She does so as a consequence of a sense of decency and justice. Alternatively, might the behaviours, true or otherwise, be a threat to her need for control? After all, a narcissist can experience racial discrimination, which naturally would have a threat to the narcissist's control, resulting in an appropriate response to complain about it. In other instances, the narcissist may well see a slight where none existed, and in such circumstances bring a complaint, whereby it has nuisance value. You'll be familiar with instances where other narcissists that I have analysed have, for instance, played the race card. We need to keep in mind that that could be such an instance here, or it might be a genuine situation which a narcissist has reacted to, or a genuine situation that a non-narcissist who believes in justice and decency and has a strong moral compass has reacted to. Undeterred, Owens launched Degree 180 in 2015, a marketing agency where she served as CEO. The firm's blog became a platform for her liberal-leaning commentary, lambasting conservatives like the Tea Party as racist relics and mocking Donald Trump's physical attributes in a 2016 piece. Might the fact that she utilizes a marketing agency as a platform for her liberal-leaning commentary point to a sense of entitlement and a necessity to agitate? Or is this legitimate? After all, it's her agency, and if she wishes to speak upon such matters, then she can. It's not like she's taking over somebody else's business to advance her views. This anti-Trump stance represented the antithesis of her later persona, but 2016 proved transformative. Frustrated by online harassment, ironically after enduring it herself, Owens crowdfunded socialautopsy.com on Kickstarter, aiming to expose cyberbullies by crowdsourcing their digital footprints. Again, is this a questor for justice, somebody doing the decent thing and exhibiting a strong moral compass? Or is it an individual who cannot stand for people to engage in such behaviour because it amounts to a threat to control and seeing an opportunity to make money off the back of it? The project imploded under bipartisan backlash for promoting doxing and privacy invasions. might it be the promotion of those things shows a lack of boundary recognition and an absence of emotional empathy for those affected by it? Or alternatively, it might be seen that those are appropriate remedies when somebody has misbehaved by bullying in the first place. If you bully, you can expect to be doxxed and your privacy invaded. That is the cost. Conservatives decried it as a tool for silencing dissent, while liberals saw it as vigilante justice. Facing cancellation from all sides, Owens pivoted dramatically, blaming progressive critics, was this blame shifting, and aligning with Gamergate provocateurs like Milo Yiannopoulos and Mike Cernovich. "I became a conservative overnight," she later said, crediting the fiasco for her ideological awakening. Is such a pivoting genuine? Could that actually occur? Or is that simply the black and white thinking of a narcissist who has one view at a particular time and then shifts to another as a consequence of factors whereby there might be a threat to control? Does such rapid pivoting demonstrate an absence of a core self? Kickstarter suspended the campaign and the site never launched, marking another professional dead end, but catapulting her into right-wing circles. By late 2017, Owens had fully embraced Trumpism, launching the YouTube channel and website Red Pill Black in September to promote black conservatism and critique Black Lives Matter as a fraud. Her videos, blending sharp rhetoric with personal anecdotes, garnered viral attention. That November, she joined Turning Point USA, a youth conservative group founded by Charlie Kirk, as Director of Urban Engagement, a role tailored to her mission of wooing minority voters to the GOP. Trump himself touted her as a very smart thinker at a rally, and she was soon promoted to Communications Director. Owens thrived, debating liberals on college campuses and co-founding the Blexit Foundation in 2018 with podcaster Brandon Tatum. Blexit, a portmanteau of Black and Exit, urged African Americans to abandon the Democratic Party, which Owens branded a plantation. The initiative exploded, with merchandise tours and celebrity endorsements, including from Kanye West, whom she defended amid his early controversies. The use of this platform, of course, would appeal to a narcissist. There is the ability to reach many millions of people, thus asserting control over them by the assertion of views, the drawing of fuel, the management of the facade, and potential to make money from it. Thus, social media and a significant presence often appeals to narcissists. On the contrary, it may well just be the utilization of social media to advance a view, one that she is entitled to have, one that she truly believes in. Turning Point USA proved a pressure cooker. In May 2019, Owens resigned amid a firestorm over unearthed tweets where she praised Adolf Hitler as fine until his territorial conquest phase and dismissed Republican hysteria over him. The comments from 2012-2013 resurfaced during her congressional testimony on white nationalism, where Republican Ted Lieu played audio clips accusing her of anti-Semitism. Is this simple freedom of expression, or, nonetheless, doing so by praising Adolf Hitler as fine, given, of course, the history of that individual, shows an individual who is morally bereft and ethically bankrupt and calls into the question the presence of emotional empathy? Owens clarified she meant to critique overreactions to fascism, but the damage was done. Turning Point USA distanced itself, with Kirk issuing a statement supporting her as a friend, but not the remarks. Though framed as a resignation, insiders described it as a forced exit to salvage the organisation's image, her first clear professional sacking, albeit mutual. The fallout amplified her martyr status among MAGA faithful, but alienated moderates. Rebounding swiftly, Owens joined PragerU in May 2019, hosting the Candace Owens Show on their YouTube channel. The gig amplified her reach, with episodes dissecting feminism, BLM, and democratic hypocrisy. In 2020, she published Blackout: How Black America Can Make Its Second Escape from the Democratic Plantation, a manifesto railing against welfare dependency and identity politics. The book debuted at number 1 on the New York Times bestseller list, cementing her as a conservative thought leader. That year, she left PragerU for the Daily Wire, co-founded by Ben Shapiro, signing a lucrative deal to host Candace, a weekly political talk show about premiering in March 2021. The program featured high-profile guests like Trump, UFC's Dana White, and Republican Jim Jordan, blending monologue rants with interviews. The monologuing rant might be seen as grandiosity and a sense of entitlement. Again, the utilization of a platform to advance views for the purpose of assertion of control. Owens' unfiltered style, dismissing COVID vaccines as experimental and George Floyd protests as riots, drove millions of views, making her Daily Wire's biggest star. This success, evidently as a consequence of her views resonating with people, may just be driven as a consequence of the ability to tune into what many people are thinking, and serves no other purpose than to ensure she earns a living. Or might it be as a consequence of being controversial, as a consequence of the absence of emotional empathy and a sense of entitlement to speak in a particular way, which then allows access to the prime aims? Tension simmered beneath the success. Owens' flirtation with certain theories, from questioning the 2020 election to defending West anti-Semitic rants in 2022, clashed with Shapiro's staunch pro-Israel Zionism. The breaking point came in early 2024. Owens liked to tweet invoking the medieval blood libel against Jews, promoting ADL condemnation as anti-Semitic. She doubled down, criticizing US aid to Israel amid the Gaza conflict and accusing Hollywood of a sinister Jewish cabal. Shapiro publicly rebuked her in March 2024, calling her rhetoric disgraceful. Daily Wire CEO Jeremy Boring announced the parting. Candace Owens' comments crossed lines we won't tolerate. Owens fired back on social media. The rumours are true. I am finally free, framing it as a liberation from corporate censorship. This was her most high-profile sacking, ending a $3 million a year gig and sparking a media frenzy. She later sued Daily Wire for breach of contract, alleging they withheld payments, a case which is still ongoing. Is it the case that somebody making such observations, and making such observations in the full knowledge of the religion of one of her colleagues, is the mindset of somebody who is a firm believer in her views, irrespective of who they might defend, and therefore demonstrates a deep-seated belief in her particular outlook? Or is this as a consequence of an exhibition of somebody who shows a sense of entitlement to speak in such a provocative way, not caring who's offended, even a colleague, that somebody who engages in such observations does so without any kind of boundary recognition, and then, once removed, turns it around to suggest that she was the victim of censorship and that she has become free from them. Post-Daily Wire, Owens went independent, launching a self-titled YouTube channel that exploded to 5.53 million subscribers by November 2025, amassing over 1 billion views. A podcast featuring guests like Alex Jones and Harvey Weinstein, where she called Harvey Weinstein's convictions wrongful, delved into tabloid territory. In April 2024, she had converted to Catholicism. 2025 brought fresh work-based tempests centered on the September assassination of Charlie Kirk, a former Turning Point USA boss gunned down in a politically motivated attack. Owens mourned publicly, but then soon veered into conspiracies, claiming in a viral YouTube video that Kirk had come to her in a dream, warning of betrayal by his own mentors. Might that be magical thinking? Might that be grandiosity, thinking that Kirk is speaking to her, warning of these matters? She leaked purported WhatsApp texts showing Kirk lamenting lost donors after hosting her, implying Israeli lobby pressure or internal sabotage. Turning Point USA's new CEO, Erica Kirk, Charlie's widow, slammed Owens for exploiting tragedy, while host Alex Clark accused her of fingering colleagues in the plot. Pastor Rob McCoy, Kirk's spiritual advisor, rebuked her as a conspiracy theorist peddling Catholic conversion rumours about the late leader. The feud fractured MAGA unity, with Owens boycotting Turning Point USA events and Bill Ackman amplifying her Israel critiques. No formal sacking, of course, ensued. She was long gone from Turning Point USA, but the dispute severed lingering alliances, costing her speaking gigs and donor ties. Again, is this simply an individual that has strong beliefs and views and stands by them? Or is this driven by a sense of entitlement to say whatever she thinks without consideration of the impact upon other individuals? Other 2025 flashpoints, of course, include the defamation suit from Brigitte Macron over Owens' Becoming Bridget series, alleging the French First Lady's transgender, a claim she staked her reputation on, despite the ongoing Paris court battle. Again, acting in such a manner, does this show an absence of emotional empathy towards those people that she talks about, or is it simply the case that she is correct and won't back down? Visa woes persisted. Australia's High Court upheld her 2024 ban in October 2025 for incitement risks, while New Zealand reversed hers after lobbying. Owens also turned on Trump, branding him a chronic disappointment over Iran policy, further isolating her from GOP orthodoxy. Throughout her career, Owens has been sacked twice outright, from Turning Point USA, Resignation Under Duress, and Daily Wire in 2024, with earlier exits like the private equity fallout 2015 and social autopsy collapse 2016 as precursors. Evidence of work-based fallout certainly abounds: EEOC disputes, Hitler tweet backlash, anti-Semitic feuds, Kirk conspiracy saga. Each has stemmed from her boundary-pushing rhetoric, turning allies into adversaries and amplifying her outsider appeal. She's been labelled as a hate promoter, yet her 2025 podcast ranks #1 globally, per her claims. Is she simply a brilliant, combative individual that has such strong beliefs that they are unpalatable to other individuals who then turn on her? Or is something else driving the behaviour? Is it a belief that she is special, that she is above everybody else, that she doesn't care who she offends because there's an absence of emotional empathy? Well, we will put all of this into the mix, won't we, as we continue our analysis of Candace Owens.